Hello, everyone, and welcome to Missouri Southern State University, one of the two sites of the 2016 ACCA Championships. We've brought you 3 games from this site already today, a couple good men's matchups as well as a women's game in the afternoon match. Now in the nightcap, we're going to bring you the Rhema Eagles against the Welch Lady Flames. The starting lineups for the visitors, clad in gray. It'll be Welch College. It's Ashton Johnson, Claire Ryan, Leslie Nichols, Elizabeth Palmer, and Jessie Melvin. For Rhema, who is going to be wearing white with blue trim, Jamie Davis, Raina Walls, Brianna Smith, Sarah Robertson, and Whitney Jacobs. Out of control, but Welch manages to get away with it at least initially, but not on the second opportunity. First quarter action here. We're about 30 seconds in. Nobody has scored yet. Far side corner, little baseline popper won't fall. Rebound goes to Jacobs, and she puts it in. Rhema with the early 2-0 lead. Welch trying to answer, looking for some space. Now it's in with Palmer. She puts up a long shot. That won't go. Rebound falls to Jacobs. She pushes it up the floor with speed. Wants to go up herself. And it just hit off that back iron and out. Picking up the dribble there was Palmer. Gets away with it. Melvin. Guarded toughly, and then lost the handle. Constantly putting a hand towards that one was Robertson, near side. Little drag move, and they're going to say that she carried the ball. Jamie Davis, a little bit out of control there. Would have been a good basket to take if she had managed to get it off. Far side, into the corner, in the hands of Claire Ryan. She puts it on the floor. Everybody diving for it. And they're going to get Jacobs with the reach. Good dish inside. Little jumper is good. Scored by Ashton Johnson. Four to 2 now the score after that good conversion. Winner of this game gets to take on Hillsdale tomorrow at 3 o'clock. 3-point shot is good. And that puts Welch ahead 5-4. Far side opportunity now down into the paint for Walls. Back out for Jacobson. A spin move from Robertson, but she doesn't get away with it. Offensive foul. Working it around the perimeter, now slicing in towards the basket. Not getting the roll. Good second opportunity, and that one won't fall either. Welch with a couple great opportunities. Melvin with the last one, but she couldn't get it to fall. And they're going to get a blocking foul against the Lady Flames. No. The baseline official looked like she was going to call the defensive foul, but instead the sideline official called the offensive foul. So Welch holding on to a 1-point lead, 6:50 left to go in the quarter. Little lob pass, trying to get it over the top for Nichols. And she stepped out of bounds. Madison Walker coming into the game now. Robertson brings it up the court. And that will go out of bounds, last touched by the Lady Flames. Jacobs with the inbound. Walls, and now to Smith. Three-point attempt here, no good from Jamie Davis. Madison Walker able to avoid some pressure. Working around it as well is Nichols. And now we get a foul. It looks like it's going to go on Davis. Fourth team foul, all on Rhema. Baseline inbounds, looking for some opportunities. They get it over to the far corner. Taking it all the way to the hole and scoring. Good play there by Caitlin Braxton. Welch up by 3, and they remain so. Braxton doing it on both ends with the swat. Air ball out of the hands of Robertson. Welch looking to take advantage of this hot start. Wanting to really take advantage of it. That would have been a huge one. 3-point shot. Getting away with a little bit of an over the back there was Leslie Nichols, but she swatted it right to Rhema. Back out to Walls. Now a long shot coming. That won't fall for Davis. Ryan trying to work it up the court. Braxton looking for options over the top of the defense. Deep into the corner, going baseline. Little floater, and it falls. Big shot there for Madison Walker. And the timeout is taken by the Rhema Eagles as they're trying to figure out what's going on. 5:17 left to go in the first quarter. 9-4. All the fouls in this one have been against the Rhema Eagles. So Rhema trying to get things rolling on the offensive end. They've only got 4 points right now. Robertson looking for options. Davis taking it deep into the paint, puts it up. She will head to the line and shoot 2. Back into the game now for Welch after a quick breather is Madison Walker. Both were good. 3-point game. 4:50 left to go in the quarter. Melvin was looking for that inlet pass. They go back out to Braxton. She'd elected not for the 3. Little scoop shot won't fall. And now Davis trying to go on the counterattack. Wisely just pulls it up. Little shot from the far side. That one hits nothing. Brianna Smith would like to have that one back. 4:25 left to go in the first quarter. Again, working it around the perimeter. Braxton thought about popping up the three, cutting through the lane is Nichols, dishes it off and score. Good basket there for Walker. Strong drive to the hoop from Brianna Smith. She'll head to the line for two. Coming back into the game now is Elizabeth Palmer. She got the start. Also checking in for Rhema will be Ariel Hinton, sophomore out of Chicago. Neither one goes. Both of them hit the rim and looked pretty good on the way. Under 4 to go here in the first quarter. It's been quite a few fouls, 6 in total. Pushing it up the court is Smith. Quick little pop shot. Won't fall for Robertson. Ashton Johnson setting it up with purpose. They're trying to go into the paint, and they do. I think some of the Rhema players wanted a walk, but Braxton was just able to knife her way through the defense for the two. 13-6, 3:15 left to go in the quarter. Robertson gets a couple screens. Henton on the ball now. Inside to Davis, kicks it back out. Good passing to get away from the defensive pressure, and swish! Robertson puts a long two-pointer up on the board. Driving it in and kicking it out. Long shot coming from Alberti, and she hits a three. Somehow they must have said it was a long two because it's a point taken off the board. 15-8 is the score. 2:32 left to go in the quarter. Inbounds play. Smith gets it back after Davis got a touch. They're wanting to get her on the inside. But a good zone defense, a 2-3 defense going on. Davis taking it all the way herself. If you can't find any open lanes passing, just take it to your own. A drive on the way here from Alberti and put it in. Welch off to a very good start in this one. Driving it in is Smith. Little popper. Good from Jacobs. Back to a 5-point game. 1:40 left to go in the quarter. Trying to drive that one in. Drawing the foul was Johnson. Want to say hi to Kaylee, who's watching. She says, "Let's go Lady Flames," and "I love you, Drew," number 10. And using that hashtag ACCA Hoops. So we appreciate you watching. First free throw from Johnson was good. Second one wasn't quite on target. Back out, 17-foot shot, won't fall. Second chance opportunity, this time for Jacobs. That won't go either. Working her way around the pressure is Claire Ryan. Now Johnson putting it on the floor with some nifty little moves. Puts it up, won't fall. Second chance, going to the line. Puts it in. Johnson hitting. Just a shade over 79% from the free throw line. And we get a timeout taken. So this one not going according to the script. Rhema down by 7 with just a little over a minute left to go in the first quarter. Still a long way to go, but you got to like the energy that Welch College has come out with. Both sides probably would have liked to have hit things a little bit more efficiently on the offensive end, but all things considered, it's been a reasonably good start. Remember, fans, if you want to get a digital download of this game or any of the games from this tournament, you can either go to the website on your screen, chrisscheeman.com/ACCA, or you can get one in person. If you're going to be here in Joplin at all during the tournament, you can come up to either myself or Chris at halftime of any game, and downloads are just $5 per game. Cash or check are accepted if you pay in person. If you go online, payment information is right there. Make sure to order your copy and preserve the memories from this year's tournament. That one won't go as Rhema's been a little bit out of control on the offensive end. They've had some good looks, but just haven't been able to finish them off. Welch trying to really put their stamp on this first quarter. Braxton picked up, put up a wild shot. Rebound still loose, coming away with it. I believe that was Leslie Nichols, but I think they said that she stepped on the line. That was actually Ashton Johnson. Johnson has kind of been all over the court here so far tonight in a positive way. Putting it on the floor with purpose is Jacobs, but she had it knocked away as she tried the shot. On ball looking for Carter, looking for a little dump shot. That one won't go. 15 seconds left, and Davis will just pull it back. Davis on the floor with 8 to go. Over to the corner, looking for Henton, and it went off of Henton's fingertips. Might have been touched by a defender first, but ultimately it doesn't really matter. Who's coming away with possession are the Eagles, are the Flames. I knew I was going to do that once today. At least I saved it for the last game of the day. Long ball intended for Braxton, but a little too tall even for her at 5'9". .2 seconds left, so they pretty much just allow the time to tick off the clock. They do inbound it. I can't remember what the number is. I want to say it's .3. If you get it in and tip it, you have enough time to count it as a shot. Otherwise, it cannot count. Obviously, nowhere near enough time if you want to catch and shoot. So an interesting start. Welch running out to a pretty decent lead. They're up by 8 after 1 quarter of play. So we're all set for second quarter action with Rhema in control of it. Thanks to Kirsten Warden for the pronunciation guide on that one. Got some a lot of good tweets about this game. A lot of Rhema fans watching this one. Abby Greenwood apparently watching the game as she is packing for Africa. Stay safe over there. Personally, I mean, I'd love to go over there, but I'm afraid of deadly animals. Eight-point game with 9.5 left to go in the quarter. Jessie Melvin gets it over to the corner. Long shot, no good. That came off the hand of Elizabeth Palmer. Going back the other way, Whitney Jacobs gets it over towards Davis. She takes it hard to the hole. Big swat there from Leslie Nichols. Right now, everything going the Lady Flames' way. Also in regards to Steve Faison's tweet, it's not that much easier to see the numbers here in person, I'll tell you that. Although at least Rhema is a little bit more distinctive. Good interception there. Lady Flames going in transition. The pass was blocked initially, and then it was taken out of the hands of Claire Ryan. Back the other way, Rhema looking to get something going here on the offensive end. Nothing doing there. Rebound in the hands of Walls, and she'll just peel it out. Davis tried a little flip shot. That was blocked. Second opportunity off the back iron. And then a good rebound by Palmer. Bringing it up the court is Ashton Johnson. 2-3 zone defense going on here for Rhema. Cross court, couple players there. Going baseline. Deflected away by Walls. But the foul was eventually called, and heading to the line is Jessie Melvin. The senior from Mount Juliet, Tennessee, connects on 60.3% of her free throw attempts. Not that one. Still an 8-point game. Neither one goes, but Melvin collects her own rebound, and she draws another foul. Long shot from the elbow, just a little bit too short. Great second effort, but they still can't get it to go. Good effort there on the low block by Leslie Nichols to keep it in, but then the second opportunity wouldn't go in. Robertson trying to roll that one in. And I'd like to know what the final score of this one would be if these teams weren't relatively cold on the offensive end, because the effort in this game on both sides has been something to see. Robertson cuts it down to 7. Darren Walker cheering for Abby Walker. Wanting the Lady Flames to pull off the upset here, whereas Andrew is cheering for the Lady Eagles. You can get in the conversation, too, at the hashtag ACCA Hoops. Both free throws were good, and we've got a 6-point game. Dribbling it off the defender's leg. No kicked ball, because it was off the shin. Davis driving it all the way, kicking it back out to Robertson. Foot was on the line. It would have been a 2, won't go anyway. And then over the back is the call against Raina Walls. That will bring Ariel Henton back into the game. Third foul of the game on Walls, so she will take a seat, most likely for the rest of the half. 7 minutes left to go in a 6-point game. In the half, of course. Cross court for Claire Ryan. Back to Johnson. Ryan thought about that three. Instead goes down to the low block, and what a decision it was. Finished off nicely by Palmer. Long shot for Henton. Had the right arc on it, but it seemed to almost kind of spin away from the basket. Now Johnson kicks it back out again, wants to get that assist. Offensive rebound was there, but it was stripped away. Davis going to take it all the way herself, goes up with the right hand. Might have had an and one situation if she could have gone in with the left. But if you're not used to shooting with the left hand, that you might not even draw the foul. A little bit of stoppage in play because they had not added the extra basket to Welch's score on the big scoreboard. But we had it right. Sometimes that's a rarity, but I'll take credit for that. 6:18 remaining here in the half. Count them both. Madison Walker back into the game. Johnson will bring it up the court. Madison Walker sets a good screen there. But then Johnson runs right back into pressure, but still draws the foul. And a little bit of an eye roll from Brianna Smith. That's her second. Ryan in control of the ball. Gives it off to Madison Walker. Wanted to go over to the corner, but that was briefly taken away. Now a long shot coming in from Alberti, and she gets it to roll in. Alberti only shoots 38% from the field. She's got herself at least 4 points in this one. Davis with a good push towards the basket. Again, just wanting to double check on the score. And I can understand that because once you get it a little bit messed up, it's hard to get back to what it should be. Driving it over to the left side, handing it off. Good little pop move there. Won't fall for Ryan, but she'll head to the line. Knocks down the first one, 25-18 with 5:20 left to go in the half. Johnson will get a rest now as Jesse Melvin comes back into the game. Ryan at the line trying to convert to a two, and does. 8-point lead here for the Welch College Lady Flames. Davis trying to take it upon herself all the way. It was knocked away just from behind. So it goes out of bounds, but it'll stay with Rhema. Into the corner, Henton tries the three, rattles out. Second chance, that won't go. Opportunity there for Blankenship. Blankenship with the inbound. Now Davis wanted to switch hands and saw it all the way. Madison Walker tied it up. Good defense there by the Lady Flames. Lady Eagles kind of scratching their heads as to what to do. They haven't played a bad ball game so far. It's just in Welch has been that much better so far. Intercepted there as I say that and get the announcer's jinx on him. Davis wanting to go coast to coast, and a good call there, offensive foul. Davis has kind of telegraphed that move the last couple times down the court. She has wanted to take it herself every single time, and eventually she was made to pay for it there. Now into the game, Abby Walker and Ashton Johnson. .448 left to go in the half. Johnson gonna face pressure all the way down. And a bit of a ticky-tack foul called there. It's gonna be number 3 on Brianna Smith. Johnson back to the line. Hits the first. Interesting to see that Smith is staying out there. Definitely in foul trouble, and still a good chunk of this second half left to go. 4 and 41 seconds. Now full court press being put on here by the Lady Flames. Driving it all the way as Smith puts it in. And apparently some of the Rhema fans, perhaps the men's basketball team, I'm not really sure who that is over there. I believe the official asked them to be quiet. I didn't think anything overly egregious was being said, especially for college-age people. Four minutes and change left to go in this one. 8-point ball game. Welch College in control for now. Henton with the bank shot for 3. They're not going to quiet down the crowd over there now. Wholesale line change about to come in. Well, almost. 4 players were coming in. Now they'll cut it down to 3 for Welch. But they come away empty-handed on that possession as well, and this is what you don't want. Basketball's a game of runs, but you got to try to limit them. So the Lady Flames up by 5. 3:35 left to go. Fresh bodies out there. Esther Smith was one of them. She's guarding down the low block. And I believe they called a foul on... Well, we'll just wait and see. It's on Raina Walls. That is her 4th. So that could have a big impact on this game. So Walls takes a seat with 4 fouls on her from the baseline. Welch can't hit it. Back the other way for Rhema. Baseline jumper was taken by Claire Ryan. Looked to be a pretty good shot, but it just wouldn't go. Now Robertson with a long 2, and yes! Rhema getting themselves back into this one with a good run. Cutting it down to 3. Welch needs to get something going on the offensive end. 2-1-2 defense here, and splash it from the land. Johnston takes it on herself and ends the drought. 2.5 left to go in the half. Smith thought about driving it. Here's Davis, taking on all comers, but can't get it to go. Too much opposition in front. Johnson, the junior from Alda, Oklahoma, gives it off to Smith. It's Esther Smith. Johnson with another 3 ball. That won't go. Now Davis. Is she going to go coast to coast again? She'll pull up this time. It's a little too strong. 1:45 left to go in the half. Johnson a little more methodical this time. Smith into the corner, looking for options. Smith to the top of the key. Turnaround jumper, good. And Leslie Nichols. Welch was feeling the heat, and now they've pushed themselves out to an 8-point lead again. Driving it to the right is Jacobs. Davis going baseline. Smith with the little jumper from the elbow. Won't fall. Smith with the board. Esther Smith. Cross-court pass. 3-point ball. Just a little too short. Defense from Robertson might have thrown it off just a little bit. There's a steal from Nichols. Diving for it. Great effort play. 45 seconds remain. And no shot, no foul. It's a timeout taken by the Welch Lady Flames. Some people might question the wisdom of that timeout. Quite frankly, I'm not one of them. Because a lot of times you get that emotional steal, and then you put up kind of a shot that you didn't necessarily want. You either try a 3-ball or you try some wild underneath layup to try to avoid the pressure. Better to keep possession, use up the time that you have. There's about a 17-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So run that down as much as possible, unless the opportunity is there for a 2-for-1. If you can get it in well before that 30-second mark, then you go for the basket, and then you get another chance right before the end of the half. But if not, then you use it all up. Inbound to the low block. That went off the shin of Raina Walls. Or excuse me, that's actually Blankenship. Again inbounding. Long 3-point attempt here. From the corner won't go. Second chance going to the line. Claire Ryan with the strength down in the post. Three-point shot came from Colin Carter. First one wouldn't go, so it remains 33-25. Neither one goes for Ryan. She's usually pretty good from the line, or at least has been in this game. Now Smith. Shot clock is still on. Long shot from the far side, no good. Blankenship with the board. Robertson with an opportunity. Now Davis going to put it up for 3, and that's off the back iron. And traveling is the call. Braxton took a little bit of a bump there. I think she wanted the foul. And when it didn't come, she took that extra step. 6 seconds left. Plenty of time to get a good play off. No need to just put one up from distance. Here's Blankenship taking it into the lane. Popper, good! And that was actually Whitney Jacobs, my mistake. Jacobs with the score for Rhema right before the half. So we'll go into halftime with the score, Welch 33, Rhema 27. I'm going to take a little break here for halftime. When I come back, we'll have your second half of action between the Rhema Lady Eagles and the Welch Lady Flames. Back with more after this. Welcome back for the second half of action between Rhema and Welch College. Todd Panula along with you here. Hopefully you're enjoying this one. Got a pretty good game, 33-27 as we start the third quarter. It'll be interesting to see if Welch can continue on their hot streak that they carried on through that most of that first half. Once again, Rhema in the white, Welch in the, well, I'm slightly colorblind, but I'm hoping that it's gray. That's what I've been calling it. Might be kind of a weird green. 9:27 left to go, though. That basket will not count. They get it in to Leslie Nichols, and she's able to kind of spin around, do a little bit of a pirouette, and score. They have 34. Now they've updated it to 35. He's going to pick on the scorekeeper, but he got it right eventually. And here we go again with the fouls being called. Elizabeth Palmer called for the offense right there. Andrew Tigner had tweeted out at hashtag ACCA Hoops in the first half, and he's probably going to get more out of that tweet here in the second as he was telling to let them play. I have to agree with that. Some of these fouls I mean, they are fouls, but it's really like with the flow of the game as it is, do you really want to have a whole bunch of stoppages anyway? And now we get an offensive foul, and that's going to go against Jessie Melvin. So score remains the same. Welch is the only team to have scored so far in this half. Closing in on 90 seconds played. Davis wants to go to the hoop with it, and there's a steal by Nichols. Can't get the transition going. Here comes Johnson now. Got a player open on the far side. Johnson going to take it herself. Now dishes it off, and Braxton with the two. And that was actually Elizabeth Palmer. As I mentioned before, it's not really an excuse. I'm just kind of explaining my thought process. The numbers on the front of Welch's jerseys are a little bit difficult to see, because my broadcast vantage point is the same as the camera, so I'm up at the top of the arena. And after watching 3 straight basketball games, the numbers all seem to kind of blend together. But none of you care about that. You just want to hear the game. And a great effort play there. Melvin diving for the ball. Wasn't able to keep it in bounds, but you like to see that. She's going to pick up a couple floor burns off of that one. .734 left to go here. Third quarter. This quarterfinal matchup between Rhema and Welch. The winner will get Hillsdale tomorrow at 3 o'clock over at Ozark. Foul on Robinson. So she'll head to the line. Robinson can't convert at the line. One for 2 on that trip for Sarah Robertson out of Fort Payne, Alabama. Here comes Melvin. Dishes it off to Ryan. Long shot there. Bounces a couple times, won't go. Blankenship a little bit upset with that, as she would have grabbed that ball, but she thought it was going out of bounds off of Welch. Looking for the inbounds play. Wanting a three-pointer from the corner. Won't go for Ryan. Johnson was trying to track down the rebound, but instead Davis picks it up. He's got Robertson up on the near side. Pulls it back. Blankenship from way downtown. No good. Rebound for Jacobs. And she is fouled. That's 4 quick fouls now on Welch. Timeout taken by the Lady Flames as they want to get things discussed. 37-28 with 6:59 left to go in the third quarter. Once again, the winner of this game will take on Hillsdale Friday at 3 o'clock. The loser will go down into the consolation bracket, and they will play Providence Friday at 6:30. So both of these teams with some games remaining. Hillsdale ladies ended up winning reasonably comfortably in the end, but it was a tight one for a long time against Dallas Christian. So a lot of people will say, well, whoever comes out of this game is only going to get the opportunity to lose to Hillsdale, but they can be taken down. They didn't necessarily play their best game in that initial half, but it will take some doing. Inbounds play finds its way across court and then worked around the perimeter as the Eagles trying to set something up. They'll do so from the top of the point. Jacobs has it. And zone defense taking away the lane. Taking it in now, Davis. Rebound into the hands of Nichols, and back the other way we go. Nichols with the board. Melvin gets it down low. Baseline drive there for Palmer. She draws the foul. The question is, was she in the shooting motion? She was. No good on the first. Henton back into the game for Blankenship. Converts the second one and is back to a 10-point game with just over 6 minutes left to go in the quarter. Smith on the ball. Still around the top of the key and then back out towards the half-court line. Robertson was setting up the screen, but she did not use it down low. Jacobs putting one up. Too much pressure in front of that one, though. Long cross-court pass kept in bounds by Ryan. Melvin gets it up. Johnson settles it down. Melvin puts it on the floor. Johnson with 9 to shoot. Gets it down low, popped up in the air by Robertson, and off to the races goes Jacobs. Near side for Henton. She'll take a long three, and it's good! And they say it was 2. That disappoints some of the Rhema fans over on the far side, but they'll take the basket anyway. Palmer knifes through the defense. 5 minutes left to go in the quarter. Long shot coming, long two, but Robertson converts again. Melvin methodically bringing it across. Only had about 2 seconds to spare to avoid a 10-second call. 3-point attempt is no good. Jacob again on her horse. And now she'll pull it up. Davis thought about the shot. Through 2 defenders and gets the friendly roll. Down to a 6-point lead. 4:20 left to go in the third. Madison Walker ready to check back in at the next opportunity. 4:10 left to go in the third. Melvin driving sideline. Offensive foul. So Rhema creeping up. Henton down into the low block for Davis. Left-handed dribble, kicks it back out long 2 for Robertson, and she has been on fire. 4-point lead now. Lady Flames need to stoke their own fires and put a little bit of a wet blanket on Rhema's. Nothing doing on the Palmer drive. Johnson from downtown. The trip isn't worth it, but the rebound is as Leslie Nichols puts it home. Back up to 6. Davis electing not to go for the quick shot. She wanted to drive. Instead, it's with Smith. Henton. Davis off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound, tipped away. Foul is on Welch. Second of the game on Leslie Nichols. Carly Alberti. And the aforementioned Madison Walker into the game. Count them both. 42-38. Little over 3 minutes left to go in the third. A lot of pressure being put on here by Rhema, but Johnson able to cut her way through it, weaving left and right, getting the bucket. Davis trying to do the same, and she will. Back and forth we go. Almost too tall there for Madison Walker. She's able to track it down. Pass back to Johnson almost went awry. Far side for Braxton. Shot from the elbow was altered. And it will stay with the Lady Flames. Little pump fake from Madison Walker into the trees, and she's called for an offensive foul. .2:15 left to go in the quarter. Smith with it, carrying it over towards the wing. From the corner, Robertson. She's been on fire, not necessarily from 3, but just in general. Davis again with that scoop shot, and again an offensive foul. Whether you agree with them or not, you have to say that the officials have been reasonably consistent. Melvin brings it up with purpose, cutting it baseline. Little jumper won't fall there for Walker. That's Abby Walker with the second attempt as well, but neither one was successful. The shot didn't fall, and then she gets called for the foul going after the loose ball. Fifth team foul on Welch. First one is no good from Jacobs. Blankenship checks back into the game for Davis. Count that one, and it's a 3-point game. Melvin running the show with Johnson getting a breather. The crowd getting loud here. Driving it in is Braxton. Little push shot, won't fall. Tipped over towards the near sideline. Colliding with the trash can, just barely missing the water. Good body control there for Jesse Melvin. That could have been disastrous. So it remains a 3-point game with 75 seconds left to go in the quarter. Robertson thought about the three. Now she's going to drive it. Jacobs on the floor and has it stripped away. Here come the Lady Flames. They want to extend this lead before the quarter ends. Melvin puts it on the floor. Little pop shot, no good. Blankenship with the board. Cuts through the press. Here comes Smith. 3-on-3. Robertson for three, and that one never looked quite good enough coming off of her hand. Flames back in control of it. Alberti to the corner for Abby Walker. Down low for Braxton. Spins away from the defender. Gets it up and under Blankenship. 3-second call, though. Shot would not have counted had it gone. So it remains a 3-point game. And we almost get a wholesale line change here. 3 fresh bodies with Johnson coming back in, as well as Ryan and Nichols. Smith blows by everybody and then loses the ball. Going back the other way, Claire Ryan is fouled along the sideline. A bit of a cheap foul, but the correct call. Going against Sarah Robertson. Both of them are good. Claire Ryan increasing her team's lead. 9 seconds left. Jacobs trying to take it to the hole. She's looking for some opportunities. Robertson with the quick three. Jacobs with the board. Still time on the clock, but she can't convert. So 3 quarters down. The fourth will decide it. It's only a 5-point difference. Start of the fourth quarter, 5-point game. Welch in control, and they've been for almost the entire game. They're trying to see this one out. Stepping on the line, though, is one of the Rhema players, so it'll stay with Welch College. Shot clock is reset. 9:47 left to go in the fourth. Driving it in, putting it off the back iron, and it won't go for Palmer. Now here comes Smith on the counter. Dribbling underneath Johnson as she was putting good pressure on. Jacobs underneath. 3-point game. Long three attempt won't go. Melvin takes a spill. She was off balance trying to get that board. Smith from the elbow. Rolls around and out. Getting away from pressure there now. Nichols to Melvin. Johnson wide open. Can't give her that much space. Near side, Robertson had the space to shoot it, elected not to. Davis with it. Now Robertson again closed down. Robertson thought about taking this one. Now she took a contested one from the elbow. Interesting decision. Ryan, Melvin. Melvin gets it back. Long shot, it's counted! Looked like it was gonna pop out. Instead, it just fell right through. 3-pointer up on the board. 51-43, 7:45 left to go. Davis. Taking on Johnson. Puts it up, draws the foul. Blocking will be the call against Melvin. Davis heading to the line again. He's been there quite a few times here today. Back into the game now is also Rhema Walls. She's in foul trouble. That's why we haven't heard her name in quite a while. Braxton also checked back in for Welch College. Smith going for the steal. Got a piece of it. Remember, the winner of this one gets Hillsdale tomorrow at 3. The loser takes on Providence at 6:30. Turnover for Welch, so that'll give Rhema another opportunity to chip away at this lead. They've gotten it down to 3, but Welch always manages to get something going right when you think they might be done. Jacobs with a good drive to the hoop, and she'll head to the line. Got a lane violation apparently on, I thought he said 34, but Melvin just came back into the game. Nevertheless, it is a line violation. Must have been on 24, which would be Carly Alberti. Count them both. 51-47. 7:12 left to go. Perhaps in the game. Melvin trying to get through the full court pressure. Johnson puts it on the floor all the way to the basket and then turned it over. Smith throws a little bit of an elbow, gets away with it. Davis now to Robertson in the corner. Long three, yes! One-point game. This game has gone back and forth. Dribbling into pressure, trying to get away with it, and the block called on Whitney Jacobs. Kicked ball there on the inbound attempt. Johnson takes it, looking to set up the offense. 6:30 left to go. 1-point game. Welch has led almost the entire way. Johnson down low. Melvin from the baseline, no good. Robertson with the rebound. Fans wanted a quick transition. Smith gets it. She's going to take it into the paint. Good pass to Jacobs. She puts it off the glass, but it rattles out. Jacobs going for the steal. Johnson gets around it. Braxton carrying it in off the glass, but won't get the roll. Braxton going for the rebound, as was Jacobs. I'd like to have seen that from the officials' angle. From up here, it looked like just two players battling for the ball. I believe Carrie Sharp probably got her final warning, and she's been on the officials on some of these calls. Quick basket right off the inbounds. Trying to get it right back. Robertson thought about the three, decides not. Smith from the wing and now back out top. 3-point game with 5:35 left to go. Robertson, long two. She's been hot, but can't hit that one. And here comes Johnson, the floor general when she's out there. Melvin was setting up in the post. They find a player on the near side, long pointer for Ryan won't go. Rebound for Davis. She's got Robertson making a run. She pulls it up and swish. It's just a long two, but they'll take it. 1-point game again with 5:07 remaining. What a back and forth contest this has been. Darren Walker trying to give all the good vibes through the internet, using all the hashtags. Hashtag Abby Walker. Hashtag Madison Walker. Let's go Lady Flames. That's his mantra. The Lady Flames have played an excellent game to get to this point, but can they hold on? Rhema, obviously the favorite according to the seeds. That's why you play the games. If everything was on paper, it'd be a pretty boring life. Just look at the national tournament, the NCAAs, for examples of that. That first weekend is some of the best basketball you're going to see. And we've kind of had that hold true in this tournament as well. I mean, obviously you're going to get your blowouts, but you get games like this mixed in as well, to where it's going down to the wire, and every basket, every defensive stop means something. Melvin trying not to dribble into pressure, but she needs some movement off the ball. They get it into Alberti. Melvin takes it back as Johnson is now on the bench. Over to the far side, and that was my mistake. Johnson actually missed the shot, then it's put back. Leslie Nichols with the rebound points. It's a tie game now with that big three-point bomb. 4.5 to go. Melvin. Interesting to see that they've taken Johnson off the ball a little bit. They find her over on the far side. Three-point ball won't go. And I believe they're going to get Nichols with the push. Hello to Hannah Driggers, who's apparently staying up past the bedtime to watch the Flames try to hold on to this one. And Andrew again wanting the Rhema Eagles to try to close this one out. So fans on both sides. Down low, good spin move, won't fall for Jacobs. And the Lady Flames come up with it. Melvin. Tie ball game. 3:45. Shot from the baseline. That's no good. Davis. The pull-up jumper, and it's good. It's a long two. And that's the first lead since probably the first 2 or 3 minutes in the first quarter for Rhema. The Flames trying to find the mojo. Nichols, too strong. Too many players battling for it, and it's going to stay with the Lady Flames. 3:13 left to go. Checking into the ball game now is Elizabeth Palmer. Nichols will take a seat. She shows her frustration. And that pass is intercepted, and stepping on the line was Raina Walls. She's done a good job coming back into this game. She's got a lot of foul trouble, but she's managed not to pick it up. 23 to shoot. Melvin on the inbound. Palmer thought about putting it up. No good for Melvin. And it'll be Lady Eagles ball. Just a shade under 3 minutes to go. Jacobs brings it up the floor. Looking for some movement, not really getting it. Pass intercepted, loose ball. It's a hot potato on there. Putting the pressure on, trying to call a timeout, and they'll get it. 30-second timeout for the Lady Flames. Good effort all around. And finally, the timeout was taken. Claire Ryan bailed out a little bit. 2-point lead for the Rhema Lady Eagles. Melvin gets it in on the inbound and then gets it back. Johnson goes down low and then cycles around. Melvin over the top, gets it on to Claire Ryan, back out to Johnson. Looking for some space, trying to create her own. Mishandling it. Now a three-point shot for Alberti, well off the mark. 2:15 left to go here. Davis to the corner. Thought about shooting it, electing not to. Again, we apologize for that kind of screen, but there's not too much we can do about it, and there's not too much that the Lady Flames can do about that either. Davis is just an unstoppable force at times. She was right there, wasn't going to be denied on the basket. It's a 4-point lead. With a chance to make it 5, 2:06 remaining here in the fourth quarter. In and out. Full court pressure put on here. The Flames looking to get off the schneid here. And they've gone a little cold on the offensive end. A lot of that has to do with the Eagles' defense. You saw it right there, kind of an unforced error. The run was stopped along the baseline, but a lot of that had to do with the defense again. And another timeout called by the Lady Flames. Trying to get something going. They led for, I'd have to say, a good 90% of this game. And it's slowly slipping away, but only down by 4. Plenty of time left up on the clock, 1:53. They need somebody to step it up. Hannah Drigger's hoping that that's her roommate. Maybe hit a big three-point shot, never know. Both sides have had some really good performances here this evening as we go deep into the night. Especially depending on where everybody is tuning in from. And we appreciate everybody, regardless whether you're watching from next door or all the way in Australia, which might have been the case. The Providence Pilots, the men's team, had a player from Adelaide, Australia. So we've got an international flair here in this tournament. Closing in on 10:30 Central Time. Under 2 to go, the ball's back in play. Rhema trying to close this one out. Welch trying to claw their way back into it. As I said, they've led for the majority of this game. Robertson begging for the ball over on the far side. Finally gets it, wants to take it towards the hoop. She goes baseline, offensive foul. And I think that was sort of frustration boiling over as she was absolutely screaming at Brianna Smith to give her the ball. 91 seconds remaining. Coming down to the wire in a 4-point game. 59-55 Rhema. Welch in possession. Welch also has the possession. Ariel, count that one off the glass. The Rhema fans wanted to walk. They won't get it. 2-point game. 1:13 left. Jacobs picks up the dribble and gives it over to Smith. Jacobs telling everybody to clear out. Looks like she wants to take it to the hoop if she can find some space. Puts it on the left hand, takes it towards the free throw line and draws the foul. Very upset is Madison Walker. I don't believe the foul was called. Oh, and it was indeed called on Madison Walker. They get her for the reach. I thought it was for the little bump there as Jacobs was doing the spin move, but 4 fouls now on Madison Walker. First shot won't go. So it's guaranteed to remain a 1-possession game with 1:01 left up on the clock. And Leslie Nichols, the senior from Old Hickory, Tennessee, coming into the game. And it'll take Madison Walker out. Hits the second. 3-point game. Under a minute to play now as they cross the timeline. Every possession is so important now. Johnson takes it to the hoop, off the glass, but too strong. Loose ball in the hands of Smith. Davis back to Smith as she looks to go up floor. Johnson trying to get a steal. Wasn't there. Jacobs. Nobody pressuring her, and she's just going to pull it out. Wants to take off as much time on this clock as possible. The Lady Flames imploring everybody to put on some pressure. Jacobs puts it on the floor. Little floater, and good! She'll head to the line. That one might be the nail in the coffin. A 5-point lead with 27 seconds left and a chance to make it 6. Whitney Jacobs at the line, the junior from Atlantic, Iowa. Can't hit it. Time very precious, though. They've got to score quickly here. Putting it on the floor is Ryan. Kicks it back out to Braxton. It's going to be a long 2. That's no good. Gets her own rebound. Can't connect on that one. Third opportunity. Score it. Timeout taken by the Lady Flames. 3-point game with 13.4 left. Going down to the wire. Rhema hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Everybody is off their benches. The coaches giving some words of encouragement, telling everybody where they need to be. Everybody's got to know their space on the floor and their directions. That was the final timeout of the game for the Lady Flames. So if there's a miss, at least if I'm reading the, because they don't keep the timeouts listed up on the board, but the official score looked like he was holding up a 0 and a 2 for Rhema. I think that's what the coach was asking, but as of right now, I'm going to assume that they don't have any, which will really come into play if Rhema does not get a basket. And they get it in over the defense. Walls could close it out. That one rattles home. Took off some time as well as it took its time. Scrum for it on the ground. And we're going to get a jump ball. Welch has the possession area. Rhema going to implore a full court press. Try to get off as much time as they can. Melvin, the pass intercepted, and that will do it. A heartbreaking defeat for the Welch College Lady Flames, and a tough, tough win for the Rhema Lady Eagles. Hats off to both teams in this one as they played their hearts out. Welch was ahead almost from the start. Obviously a couple chances here and there where Rhema took the lead, but Rhema waited until the end, kind of bided their time, and once they took the lead, they never gave it up. So they will win this one by the final score of 64-59. And they are going to have the opportunity to play Hillsdale tomorrow. So that'll wrap it up for our Thursday coverage from the ACCA tournament. We hope you'll join us tomorrow for more great action from this tournament. We've had a lot of really good games for you here, and we're shaping up to have some more coming up tomorrow. Go to acccasports.org for official schedules and the brackets to see who all is playing each other tomorrow. For Chris Sheeman, I'm Todd Panula. Once again, the final, Welch wins it, Rhema wins it. It's been that kind of day. Rhema wins it by the final score of 64-59. I appreciate everybody who chimed in on Twitter. And again, I'm Todd Panula. Have a great night, everyone.